Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo.
Good morning. It is December 12th, the halfway point of Vlogmas. It is just past 7 a.m. and I am still adapting to jet lag. But I've come out, I've made myself a nice cup of Bird and Blend gingerbread chai tea. And I'm going to snuggle under my Bits and Bobs blanket for a little while, catch up on some Vlogmases. But I wanted to come out here and share with you how magical it looks this morning. You can hear the birds in the distance, and there's also a couple of ducks on the river right now. A little bit foggy, a little bit chilly out here as well, but something to share with you so early in the morning. Good morning and welcome to the midway point of Vlogmas 2022. My name is Tracy and I am the host of the Knitting on the Float podcast. And today I have pulled out my blocking mats, my blocking wires, some blocking pins, some soak, and a project that needs blocking. The Macaulay cardigan is a pattern by Katie Green, who is Katie Green Bean on Instagram. And there is a little bit of what it looks like. And for this pattern, I used Blacker Yarns Brushwork, which was a limited edition yarn. And I've got this gorgeous purple and ecru. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up that kitchen sink, put a little bit of soak in here, let them soak for a few minutes, and then I'm going to measure out and block out all of the pieces so that in this chilly winter weather, I can have a nice cardigan to wear. So let's go over to the sink, pop in the stopper, and get some soak going. For my soak, I am using Yuzu Clean with a Peel, and it has made lots of bubbles. I may have accidentally put a little bit more than I should have. And for my Macaulay cardigan, here are my two sleeves. Here is my back, and then I've got my right and left fronts. So I'm going to pop these into the sink over there and get these blocked. It is cold. Maybe I should have put a little bit of warmer water in here. But I'm just putting all the pieces in individually and making sure they are submerged. My swatch gauges blocked out really nicely, so I have every confidence that my sweater is going to block out beautifully as well. It is currently 10:23. I'm going to wait about 20 minutes, and then I need to get a towel to give these a bit of a squish so I don't stretch the fabric, and then I will start the blocking process. My hands are cold now. I used to block on Isaac's bed, but now that he has moved back home, his bed is not available. So I'm going to double these mats, and because they're smaller pieces, I'm going to put a couple pieces on each of the blocks. And I'd usually just use one block, but because I'm using pins and I've got my countertop, I am doubling the blocks for now, and then I'll just take them upstairs once I've finished the blocking and they're on the pins, and then I can put them in the loft to dry. But I'm going to block them here so they are at counter height, and that will make things a little bit easier for my back. Anyway, that is the setup, and then here is the blocking guide on here telling me what my measurements hopefully will be, and we will get this beautiful Macaulay cardigan blocked today. While my project is soaking, let me tell you a little bit about my Macaulay cardigan. I am using this gorgeous Blacker Yarns brushwork. The purple is called Stipple, and the ecru is called Wash. So beautiful yarns. And I cast this on March 1st, 2022. And I have used, or I'm hoping that I will use 8 skeins of the purple and one skein of the wash. As I mentioned, it was a limited edition yarn, so it was only out for a very short time. It was the 12th birthday brushwork yarn, and I was able to get the purple and the ecru, and my intention was always to knit the Macaulay cardigan. So let me actually just pull up the pattern page, and I'm just going to show a little bit of Ravelry. So if anybody has some issues with Ravelry, this is not a good section for you, but I am just showing a couple of the pictures. So this is what the cardigan looks like on the Ravelry page with their finished object pictures. So I have always really liked this pattern, and I just needed to sit down, knit it, got all the parts knit. Now I need to block and then pick up the button band, the neck band, and do all the finishing. So get that bravery going. It would be nice, since I cast this on in March of 2022, it would be nice to have it done before Christmas, though I am not going to count any chickens or ducks or Canada geese, swans before they hatch, because I'm not always the best at getting my sweaters done. For this project, I was a good girl, and I did do swatches. So here's my stockinette swatch, and then I had to do 2 rib swatches to figure out what my best gauge was. And at this moment when I'm looking at them, I think this was my final one, but it may have been this one, I can't remember. Anyway, maybe about 10 more minutes of soaking, and then I get to lay out my wet pieces and get them blocked. I better go find a towel though. I am now fully armed. I have towels and a measuring tape. Very important things to have in order to block this item. Here are all my blocked pieces, and I've given them a quick squeeze with the towel. And now I'm going to lay them out. They're a little bit bigger than I thought, so I may have to double some of these blocking mats. But I have 8 mats, I should be fine. And we'll get these all laid out, measured, and blocked out nicely. Measuring tape out. Let's see how we are for the blocking on the back. It's asking for 51.5 centimeters, and I'm just at, if I smooth it a little bit, I'm actually at 52, so I'm a tiny bit over, though probably by the time I get things stretched, I should be, there we go, 51.5, just doing that. The pattern does call for blocking wires, but you know what? I find the blocking pegs are a lot easier to use, so that is what I am going to do. I'm just going to use my pegs, and because I'm using 2 foam boards, I should be fine on the countertop. I have actually gone about 1 inch longer in length, but that's okay. I'd rather go a little bit longer and have a little bit more on the torso. And my armhole depth looks good. Right on. There we go. 1 piece ready to dry. My big issue right now is that I've used 1 full set of blockers on the back, and I still have 2 sleeves and both the right front and left front to block. So I may have to break into some pins as well as some wires. We'll see. Anyway, I have 1 more pack of blockers, and let's see what we can do. I may have to turn this into a 2-day blocking extravaganza because I'm running out of pegs, and I'm also running out of space on my blocks because I do want to double the blocks up just because of where I'm having to block it on hardwood floor upstairs and on the countertop. So it may take me a little bit longer than I had originally anticipated, but 2 days, not the end of the world. If I have to re-soak and then measure out and block out 2 more pieces. But my goal right now, get the 2 sleeves and the back done, and then I can just lay the fronts to dry a little bit and then re-soak and stretch out as needed. Sleeve 1 is now blocked, but I am running low on pegs. Let's see how we do for sleeve 2. Here we are. I have sleeve 1, the back, and sleeve 2 blocked. And I have to admit to you, I was ready to give up on the 2 fronts because I had run out of blocking pegs and I was a little bit worried about the blocking boards, but I persevered and I used my wires and pins, and now both fronts are fully blocked. So a win for me today, yay. I am just about to head out to an appointment, but I am so thrilled at the fact that I now have these 5 pieces blocked. I'm going to put them out of the way so they can dry, and I am going to call it a day for today's Vlogmas because, as I mentioned, I've got an appointment and then I got my task done for the day, my blocking. So I am happy about that. A definite win.
In excelsis Deo, Chelsea stay.
My body is telling me that it does not want to bring these upstairs. But my brain is telling me that I need to do it. Otherwise, people are going to come, spill things on the counter, sit down on the couch, they can watch the latest Netflix thing or whatever it is they do, and then all my hard work will be ruined. So, Tracy, just take those steps up the stairs and put these in a safe place. That is the smart thing to do.